The Gippsland coastal hamlet of Port Albert is feeling the squeeze from new climate change regulations. The local council wants locals to build 1.5 metres off the ground in case of rising sea levels. But as Samantha Donovan reports, there are restrictions on how high they can build as well.
Reminders of Port Albert's maritime heritage dot the town's streets, but locals say a council requirement that all new buildings be constructed at least 1.5 metres above the ground will ruin the look of the town, especially because under an existing heritage regulation, no building can be higher than the town's pub.
We've got houses that, historic buildings that are on ground level. Then we have other residential homes that have been built that are sort of slightly off the ground. And then with these new building regulations, we'll see buildings that will be above 1.5 metres off the ground.
Donna Eads points out that Port Albert isn't right on the coast, but on an inlet, and is protected from the force of the ocean by a few islands. Local builders say property values have dropped as much as 50% in some parts of town because prospective buyers are wary of the planning restrictions. Rob Kaluri runs the Port Albert General Store and Post Office and was planning to buy the freehold title, but now isn't so sure.
Property values will drop even further. It's holding the town back from its potential.
The local council introduced the planning amendment and says the situation in Port Albert is just one example of the complex issues affecting the development of land on the Australian coast. The Victorian Premier Ted Baillieu says he understands the frustrations of Port Albert residents dealing with higher floors under low roofs.
They're getting squeezed, and as a consequence I think they've got every right to be concerned.
The state government has asked the local Catchment Management Authority and council to review the planning amendment. Locals wanting a prosperous future are hoping they'll get a reprieve before the town changes forever. Samantha Donovan, ABC News, Port Albert.